Top of the sixth we go here from Colorado. Leading off is Grant Lung. And the third pitcher of the game for the Saints will be Hayes native Tate Garcia. His first pitch, a rainbow that misses high on the second baseman from the University of Sioux Falls. Garcia nods at Seeger and delivers a fastball that Lung swings and misses at 1-1. Garcia, a Hayes native, graduated from TMP and now plays at Benedictine. He's a southpaw and he's facing the lefty Lung. This one drops. It's grounded over his head. Lungs hustles to first base. The shortstop, Pete, throws on a nice play moving in, and they throw out Grant Lung for out one of the sixth. One away, Grant Lung goes down for the second straight at bat. Now to Corbin Truslow, who already has 3 RBIs. He's driven in every run for Hayes on one swing of the bat in that 3-run shot in the first inning. This is Garcia's 12th appearance in league play. All in relief, and he still has no decisions. 1-0 on Big Trust with 1 away and the base is empty. Truslow 2 for 2 in the day with a home run and a run scored and 3 RBIs. The 1-0 delivery to him right down the pipe. He reads it but fouls it off. 1-1. On deck for Hayes is Wyatt Divis and the whole Cameron Pearson. Garcia's short frame, especially for a pitcher, Truslow has a lot of power at the plate to look to take advantage here with a 1-1 count. Reads this one, and it's at the knees for a called strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 away in the top of the sixth. Base is empty. Garcia shakes off one from Seeger, nods at sign number 2, and then goes from the windup. An outside fastball, 2-2. Hayes has only left 2 guys on base. The Saints have left 8 on. Jacob Inch struck out the last guy in the 5th, and Truslow lines this one hard at the second baseman, who makes a play. 2 well-hit balls for the Larks in the 6th, and 2 outs. We apologize for the technical difficulties. We had to start a new stream. That's pretty much a guarantee to happen anytime we're on the road with our hotspots. 2 up, 2 down. We move to the 5-hole. Wyatt Divis, who's 0 for 2 in the day with 2 flyouts. Divis, a lefty and a dangerous hitter. Look to get a rally going here with 2 outs in the 6th. Larks down to their final 10 outs. This one, an outside delivery, and ump calls a strike. Divis disagrees with the call, and from back here it looked outside. Divis down the count, 0-1. Wyatt on the day, 0 for 2 in the DH spot with 2 flyouts. He will try to get his luck turned around as Garcia steps up off the rubber. Divis wants to continue his hitting streak here. He has had a hot bat, but the Saints have gotten the best of him today. He's batting .333, getting a hit in 1/3 of his at-bats. And this one is an inside, almost takes down his knees, 1-1. Divis has scored 16 times, driven in 12, and has drawn 17 walks. The 1-1 outside into the backstop, 2-1. Garcia will go from the windup, lefty versus lefty. This one again drops, and Divis just a little bit early on it sends it down the right field line in foul territory. We'll go to 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 away. In league games, Garcia has an ERA of 5 flat with a whip of 2 flat. He's made 14 now total appearances, all in relief. Davis takes a second to compose himself and will get back in the box with the count knotted up at 2-2. Garcia from the windup. Davis reads it well and sends it down the line again. This one just a foot foul the first base bag, doing a nice job protecting the plate. Two groundouts for the Larks started this inning, two well-hit balls. Truslow hit that one really hard. It was just right at Clefman, and then Grant Lung had a nice dribble up the middle that Pete moved in and threw, beating out Grant Lung by a step on the first base bag as Schneider secured it. Divis working a nice at bat here, has made it a full count. Larks have 6 hits. A third of those have come off the bat of Corbin Truslow. Davis again reaches and protects the plate. Will stay at a full count for the second payoff pitch of the inning. The second payoff pitch from Garcia is low, but Divis does again a nice job of fouling it off. He'll stay alive. We'll likely see Jacob Enns go back to the mound for inning number 2. He's been one of my favorite players to watch. Has some nasty stuff on the mound and has some velocity and always seems to get out of situations where it looks bleak. The third straight payoff pitch from Garcia to Divis is low in the zone, and Divis sends it up the middle. Clefman slides, and he'll throw out Divis. 3 nice plays for the defense. 3 up, 3 down to 6. As we move to the bottom half, Larks down by 2. The 6 we go on Larks Network. Back to the mound is the southpaw Jacob Enns. The first guy he faces is the 2-hole Humbrigaus, and he delivers this first pitch outside 1-0. This one off the turf, 2-0. This is Enns' 8th appearance this season. Has no decisions, has their own relief, but has picked up a save. That was against Boulder. His first appearance was in the first game of the season against the Pirates. This one's grounded to Grant Lung, who fields it, and it bounces off his chest on a tough hoff, and Humgaus loses footing, and there's a leadoff base runner, and they ruled the second error of the game for Hayes. Tough call there for an error as it took a nasty hop on Grant Lung. Leadoff base runner, and now Trevor Howard to the dish. Had that double play from Shire Wyeth and then to Truslow to end the 4th inning. He was hit by a pitch in the 2nd and then singled in the 1st and came around to score. He shows bunt. Wyeth catches the runner in a pickle, and he throws to Truslow, who makes an errant throw. It's Truslow's second error of the game. Nice heads up play from Jacob Wyeth. He stranded the runner as he wasn't sure what he wanted to do on the base paths. The throw from Truslow, had it been accurate, would have been plenty of time. The bases would have been empty with one away. Instead, there's no outs and a runner in scoring position. So Enns will look to do damage control for his second straight inning. Delivers an off-speed outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Hayes will be down to their final 9 outs in the 7th, 8th, and 9th. Due up in the 7th will be Pearson, Wyeth, and Cooper. Enns looks in, gets a sign from the other Jacob, and then delivers a fastball painted the outside bottom corner. A nice pitch and a nice call from Wyeth makes it a 1-2 count. Enns throws strikes on under 50% of his pitches. First pitch strikes on under 50% of his at-bats, but throws strikes on 60% of his pitches. This one, an off-speed outside, 2-2. Wyeth takes it off his glove to keep the runner at second. Enns has a opponent batting average of 160. When balls are put in play, it jumps up almost double to 308. 2-2 is sent up the middle. Long lunges for it, and it rolls into center field. Leo Jemenian throws in, and the run scores. It's not earned as a reach on an error, but scoring for the first time is Hungryhouse, and Howard picks up his first RBI today. First hit Jacob Enns has allowed. The lead is now 6-3 for the Saints. This does not look like the Larks. The Larks have a very talented roster, have multiple D1 guys, and there's nothing wrong with going JUCO or D2. The Larks have a lot of JUCO and D2 and D3 guys, even in NAIA, and they all bring a lot to the table and a lot of talent. But I was looking through the stats of the Saints roster. There just wasn't matching that talent level in the stat book and at their level of competition. 1-1, the Fort Hays State Tiger will get his first look at Luke Bailey. This one misses low, 2-1, and it's one of 2 Fort Hays State University Tigers on the field right now. The other one is at first base, and Corbin Truslow keeping Howard in check on the first base bag. This one called strike 2, another nice pitch from Enns. He'll look to pick up another strikeout. Struck out the last 2 in the 5th to leave the bases loaded, doing damage control for Landon Shire. This one is swung on a miss off one in the turf, and Bailey started heading towards first base with the runner still there. Now to Noah Vogel, who walked in the 5th and came around to score the lone run of the inning. He's 0 for 2 in the day with a double play and a flyout. This is the 4th time through the order for the Saints. This one low, 1-0. One away and a runner on first base here in the bottom of the 6th. Larks down by 3. They haven't scored since the first inning when Corbin Truslow sent a 3-run shot way past the right field fence. Enns leans in. It's lefty versus lefty. Pearson creeps up. Runner takes off to second base, and Wyeth nearly takes out Enns with this throw. One of the few guys that have actually been able to steal on Jacob Wyeth this season. And there's a runner in scoring position with one away. Enns looks in, shakes off a sign, nods at the second one, and he'll deliver the ones as it drops into the zone. Apparently not. 2-1. A nice pitch. Apparently it dropped too late. swing, but it's at the knees over the plate, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strike, 1 away with a runner in scoring position. Larks have 3 errors this game. 2 of those are in this inning. That run that came around to score was not earned for Jacob Enns. Swing and a miss. He has his 4th strikeout of the day back-to-back here for Jacob Enns and the Hayes Larks. 2 away now to Colin Clefman. 0 for 2 today with a strikeout, and then reaching on an error. Also picked up an RBI on a walk, and then came around to score in the 5th. Came around to score in the 1st inning. This one is hit over to the right side, and Grant Lung makes a beautiful leaping catch, reaching that glove up and securing it, saving the Larks a run, and we'll move to the 7th inning. Larks down 6-3 against the Gameday Saints as Jacob Enns struck out number 16 and 17 on the season, and we'll move to the 7th inning on Larks Network.
Hey Larks fans, subscribe button. It's completely free. This isn't like a magazine subscription or a TV subscription. You won't get billed, you won't get spam emails, but you will help us reach our goal. Right now we're at about 600 subscribers, but we're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. We have thousands of views from this season, but only 600 subscribers. Make sure to subscribe when you're watching if you haven't yet. When you hit that button, the Larks will show up in your subscription section of your account. That's it. No fees, no payments, no registration or information. Share the Larks YouTube page with your friends and tune into our broadcast. Thank you for watching our YouTube channel, supporting the team, and subscribing. The Larks have the best fans, and we're grateful for Larks Nation. Now, let's get back to the game.
Will be the leadoff hitter against a new pitcher, Marcus Lee, a tall righty. He sends his first delivery out of play backwards, 0-1. Cam on the day is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a pop-up. This is his 4th plate appearance. Third plate appearance. The Saints are through their 4th time in the order. Pearson hits this one hard to right field. It bounces on the warning track, hits off the wall. He rounds first, and he's aboard with a leadoff stand-up double. The Larks starting to rally here in the 7th inning. Anytime when Jacob Wyeth is the 7-hole for your team, I think you got to feel comfortable and never count this team out. 1 through 9 guys in this order can all do damage. As Jacob Wyeth comes to the dish, 1 for 2 on the day with a single, and Sean Cooper stands on deck, and Drew Burr is in the hole. Pearson continues his great hitting streak and picks up his 5th double of the season. That's his 9th extra base hit when you combine his 4 home runs. Strike called on the LSU commit. He grounded out to Schneider to end the top of the 4th inning, but then started off the 2nd inning before that with a leadoff single and was out on a double play. Waits on this one, takes a hack at it, and misses it, 0-2. Lee has command of the count, up 0-1. 2 strikes in his 9th appearance and gets a 3-pitch strikeout against Jacob Wyeth. One away, a runner in scoring position, and it's the 4th pitcher of the game, and we're already getting the coach coming out of the dugout to have a chat with his Northpaw. This is Lee's 9th appearance in the league, has an ERA of 4.5 through 10 innings, and facing just 2 guys, his coach is going to take him out of the game. We'll take a quick break while we wait on the warm-up.
Still in the top of the 7th here in Colorado, it's Sean Cooper to the batter's box with the runner in scoring position. Sean is 0 for 1 the day with a walk. Pearson at second base, and the tying run is on deck. It's Drew Burr. First pitch from the new pitcher, Nolan Biaggi, is a called strike on Cooper. Larks down by 3 here in the 7th. They're down to their final 8 outs. Biaggi has made 10 appearances now in the league and has an ERA of 1.3. This one drops low, 1-1. Saints have a lot of guys in their stat book with double digits appearances, but only going 1 inning at a time. Biaggi, another one of those. Against the Rough Riders on July 6th, he threw a third of an inning, and then threw 1 inning against the Pirates, and then 2 2/3 against the Cougars. It's his first look at the Larks this season. He's up in the count 1-2 against Cooper. On deck is Drew Burr. In the hole is Palmer Hutchison, who will pinch hit for Leo Jeminian. Pearson dances at second base, and his teammate at the plate swings and misses at a 1-2 delivery, and he's down on strikes for the first time today. Back-to-back strikeouts for the Saints here in the 7th. There's 2 away. Runner still at second base as we move to Drew Burr. And Palmer Hutchison will hit for Drew Burr. Burr was taking on deck cuts. So that'll be a day, and we'll see Palmer take over his duties.
Palmer this season batting 195 with a 370 OBP.
Now batting number 4, Palmer Hutchinson.
In Hutch's last game, he went 0 for 3 with a strikeout. That was on Sunday against the Sox. Takes a strike one looking here. So we'll see what the defensive arrangement is in the bottom of the inning after taking out the left fielder. Strike 2 called on Palmer Hutchison. Cameron Pearson started out the inning out with a double and then back-to-back strikeouts. Put the Larks where we're at now, and Hutch down the count, no balls and 2 strikes with 2 away. This is an important game. The Larks will need to put a comeback together as they are tied with the Saints for the league lead. Outside, nice take for Hutchison. He's up 1-2. Excuse me, he's down 1-2. Palmer has 8 hits this season, 2 doubles and 6 singles. He's driven in 1 run and scored 8 times himself. Harrison dances in the delivery. Palmer sends into right center field. It's a blooper. It almost dropped as Luft overran it and had to reach back. So after a leadoff runner in scoring position, the Larks again leave him there. And we move to the 7th inning stretch as the Larks are down by 3. Bottom of the 7th. To the mound for the Larks is Brady Rose replacing Jacob Inns. Showing bunt on the first pitch is Braden Luft. He pulls back as it misses the zone 1-0. Rose, a Colorado native, making his 6th appearance, has gone 12 innings. He's 1-0 on the season. He only has 1 start. His other 5 are in relief. Pitch number 2 for him is grounded to Grant Long, who fields it at the second base spot and throws to Truslow, 1 up, 1 down in the latter half of the 7th for the Saints. 1 away to the 8th hole. Brody Schneider 0 for 2 today with a strikeout, a pop-up, a walk, and a run driven in on that walk in the 5th inning. Brady has struck out 12 guys, walked just 3, gets a swing and a foul tip. 0-1. Brady holds his opponents to a batting average of 163. Has gotten 8 groundouts and 16 flyouts. Now has thrown a ball here against the first baseman. Scoreboard reads a 1-1 count with one away in the bottom of the 7th. 6-3 lead for the Saints against the Larks. Rose delivers a fastball high, 2-1. Larks down to their final 6 outs when we'll move to the 8th. Due up will be the top of the order, Jiminian, Kavanaugh, and Lung. Check swing, didn't go around, but it was in the zone, 2-2. So Palmer Hutchison pinch hits for Drew Burr. He's now at left field and he's now at third base, moving into left field is Cameron Pearson from third base, and Brady Rose picks up strikeout number 13 this season.
Now batting number 3, Bailey Seeger.
2 up, 2 down in the bottom half of the 7th. Now to Bailey Seeger, who's 1 for 3 with a single, a strikeout, and a pop-up. Wyeth will go talk to Rose, and they'll get back behind the plate. Rose's last appearance was against the Sox, where he threw 1 inning in the 9-7 loss in relief. He's made appearances against the Cougars, the Rough Riders, Collegians, and the Sox. 1-0. Picked up the start against the Collegians in Boulder and went 4 innings, only allowing 2 hits and 1 walk, and then the rest of the game was hitless and walkless for the Larks in a dominant fashion. In the game, they won 20-0. 1 ball, 1 strike to the bottom of the order catcher with 2 away and the bases empty. Rose will go from the windup. He's a southpaw. He delivers to the right-hander, and Seeger swings under it, 1-2. Rose has some nice pitches, and he's 1 away from sending us to the 8th inning. Gets a sign from Wyeth and goes from the windup. A fastball runs outside, 2-2. Brady again will go from the windup. The 2-2 is swung on a miss. Rose gets the side to go down in order, striking out the last 2. That's 14 on the season, and it sends us to the 8th inning. Larks down by 3 on Larks Network. Top of the 8th here in Colorado. Leo Jimanian will lead it off. He's 0 for 2 on the day with a walk, a flyout, and a strikeout. Another pitcher into the game for the Saints is Aaron Hammond, making his 7th appearance, as an ERA of 3.9 and a whip under 1. He's only made one start this season. That was against Boulder at the beginning of June in the first game of the season for the Saints. 1-0 on the center fielder. Matt Cavanaugh on deck, Grant Lung in the hole. We're at the top of the order as the Larks are down to their final 6 outs, but Saints are going to have some trouble getting them with the guys that are coming up. The Larks just haven't looked like themselves these past 2 games, losing against the Sox, and then in these last 6 innings, since that 3-run first inning, they just haven't looked like what we've seen from the Larks this season. They've been very, very dominant at times. You know, they won 20-0 against Boulder, and they've whooped some teams, but they just don't look like the Hayes team that we've seen a lot of this season. The 2-1, Leo sends to right field. It's going to drop, and the center fielder is aboard for the 2nd straight time. The tying run is now on deck, and coming to the plate is Matt Cavanaugh, who is 1 for 3 with a double play, a flyout, and a double.
Number 3, Matt Cavanaugh.
Hammond has struck out 5 guys and walked 2, allowing 5 hits and 4 earned runs. Jimanian leads the team in stolen bases. He's the only guy in double digits. He's a dangerous runner, and he has a good lead at first. Cavanaugh sends this one on a pop-up that says that they'll say hit the turf, and they'll not get Cavanaugh out. A tough play there for Leo Jimanian on the read. Could have easily been a double play had they caught it off, or excuse me, before it hit the turf. Instead, Cavanaugh reaches on a fielder's choice. Runner on first, 1 away. Cavanaugh aboard for the 2nd time today. Larks down to their final 5 outs. Long will get a good look as he digs in left-hander's batter's box versus the righty Hammond. First delivery is outside. Umpire rules it a strike as it bounces off the glove. 0-1. Corbin Truslow on deck for Hayes. In the hole is Wyatt Divis. Check over at Matt Cav. Not in time as the throw was high. Still 0-1 on Lung after the failed pickoff attempt for the Saints. Check over again. This one again high. Cavanaugh slides and head first safely. Grant 0 for 2 today with a run scored and a walk. Grant leads the team in RBIs and in runs scored, and is 3rd on the team in batting average. He fouls this one off, 0-2. Larks have left a handful of guys on base today. They'll look to not do it here in the 8th. Check again at Cavanaugh. He's in again safely. There's quite a few throws in this at bat for Hammond. Only 2 of them are to Lung. The 0-2 to Lung. Outside, and they'll punch him out. That one looked outside. Lung down on strikes for the first time today. 2 away, runner on first. Larks down to their final 4 outs here in the top of the 8th, down by 3.
Now batting number 29, Corbin Truslow.
Corbin Truslow to the dish. He's 2 for 3 on the day with 3 RBIs, a run scored, a single, and a home run. On deck is Wyatt Divis representing the game-tying run. The go-ahead run is in the hole, and Cameron Pearson. Hammond looks at Matt Cavanaugh and Tries to pick him off again. Again, Matt Cavanaugh is in safely. Cavanaugh has stolen one base this season in one attempt. Hammond turns his shoulders all the way around to look at Cavanaugh. And now we'll focus to Truslow. And he fires one outside. Same spot where they punched Grant Lung out. This one, the umpire says, is a ball to Truslow. Truslow has 13 runs driven in. He's scored 10 times, has 2 home runs, and 17 singles and 2 doubles. With the stats added from tonight's game, he now has 16 runs driven in, and he scored 11 times. Fouls this one hard off, and it's 1-1. Truslow has a slugging just under 500 and an on-base percentage at 500. One ball and one strike with 2 outs in the top of the 8th. Hammond, really concerned with Cavanaugh, again turns his whole body to look at him, then delivers to Truslow, who swings and misses out an outside delivery. Count moves to 1-2. Larks have 6 hits today, matching the total of the Saints. Saints have just drawn a lot more walks than Hayes and been more efficient with guys on the base paths. Pitching for the Saints really hasn't been anything special. Larks have hit some hard hit balls off of their pitchers, but they're just right at defenders. Two and two to the first baseman from Fort Hays State. Protects the plate and sends it into the Saints dugout. Nice job. Not one you want to take looking to end the inning. So he did a nice job just fouling it off with that swing. He'll stay alive here in the 8th. Due up in the bottom half of the inning for game day will be Pete, Humrichhouse, and Howard. Cavanaugh aboard at first base, reaching on the fielder's choice. This delivery outside, way outside, into the right-hander's batter's box. Truslow works his way into a full count, and he'll get a payoff pitch. Hammond steps off the mound, gets back on, and Truslow moves back into the batter's box. The payoff pitch is grounded high to the pitcher, who fields it and will toss it to his first baseman, Schneider. Larks again scoreless in the 7th straight inning. They haven't scored since the first. We move to the bottom half. Larks down by 3. Brady Rose back to the mound for inning number 2. This one in the bottom of the 8th. Delivers a fastball low, 1-0 against the leadoff hitter, Kellen Pete making his 5th plate appearance today at the top of the order. Rose, a southpaw, delivers to the righty. He grounds it to Matt Kavanaugh, who fields it on a hop at his waist and fires to Truslow. 1 up, 1 down to start the bottom half of the 8th inning.
Number 28, Riley Humrickhouse.
Now to Riley Humrickhouse, who is 1 for 3 on the day, reaching on an error, singling, striking out, and then was also hit by a pitch. He's picked up a run scored. On deck is Trevor Howard, and the hole for the Saints is Luke Bailey. Nice pitch from Rose in the zone for a called strike. Due up for the Larks' final 3 outs, looking to put together a rally, will be Divis, Pearson, and Wyeth. Rose goes from the windup. Fastball high and outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 away in the bottom of the 8th, base is empty. Saints leading the Larks 6-3. Rose goes from the windup, and this one over the outside part of the plate for a called strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes on a nice off speed from the southpaw from McLennan College. Rose takes a breath, composes himself, and delivers one that's popped to the backstop. We'll stay at 1-2 for pitch number 5 of this at-bat. Rose has retired all 4 guys he's faced prior to this in this game. He's 1-0 on the season. They did not credit him for the win against Boulder when he threw the first 4 innings, allowing just 2 hits in the 20-0 victory. Throws an off-speed and gets Humrickhouse way behind this one. It's strikeout number 3 on the day for Rose. B. Rose is now retired 5 straight. And 8 straight Saints have gone down after Rose replaced Jacob Ince. Gets a fastball, and Trevor Howard is an hour late on that swing. He's down 0-1. Howard on the day, a single, a hit by pitch, and then a double play in the 4th, and then followed that up with single number 2. The 0-1 is popped up over to the right side and backwards. Jacob Wyeth moves to Larks' dugout and makes the catch right in front of it for out number 3. Brady Rose has pitched 2 perfect innings, and we move to the top of the 9th. Larks down by 3 against Gameday.
Hey Larks fans, click that subscribe button. It's completely free. This isn't like a magazine subscription or a TV subscription. You won't get billed, you won't get spam emails, but you will help us reach our goal. Right now we're at about 600 subscribers, but we're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. We have thousands of views from this season, but only 600 subscribers. Make sure to subscribe when you're watching if you haven't yet. When you hit that button, the Larks will show up in your subscription section of your account. That's it. No fees, no payments, no registration or information. Share the Larks YouTube page with your friends and tune into our broadcast. Thank you for watching our YouTube channel, supporting the team, and subscribing. The Larks have the best fans, and we're grateful for Larks Nation. Now, let's get back to the game.
Top of the 9th, leading off is the 5-hole DH Wyatt Divis, 0 for 3 on the day. Back to the mound is Aaron Hammond, the first guy since the starting pitcher, Hirsch, to throw back-to-back innings. Larks have gotten 3 runs off of 6 hits, and Divis takes strike 1 looking. Due up after him is Wyeth and Pearson. No balls, one strike, nobody out in the top of the ninth, nobody on. Delivery number 2 outside, called strike 2. Larks down to their final 3 outs on a 1-game losing streak, tied for the league lead with the Saints, who are also on a 1-game losing streak. The 0-2 is popped backwards and out of play. Will stay right at 0-2 for pitch number 4 of this at-bat. On deck for Hayes is Pearson in the hole, Jacob Wyeth. The 4th pitch of this at-bat is off the plate. Divis takes it and leaves it 1-2. Wyeth is batting .333 this season with 12 singles, 3 doubles, and 3 home runs. The 1-2 delivery to him, runs inside, almost takes his hip. He's knotted up the count, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes to the DH from Omaha, Nebraska. Divis gets time. And I'd like to correct myself, Wyatt Divis from Lincoln, Nebraska. And I'm confused with Zach Furniture, one of the 3 Nebraska natives. Zach is from Omaha, Nebraska. Divis, after being down 0-2, fouls one off and then lets 3 straight balls go past him. He works his way into a full count. Gets a 7-pitch at-bat, at least to start off the 9th. The payoff pitch is down the middle. He grounds it slowly over to the right side. First baseman comes off the bag, and Hammond recovers for him. It's a 7-pitch ground out in the 9th, 1 away. Now move to Cameron Pearson, 1 for 3 on the day with a double, a pop-up, and a strikeout. Led off the 7th with a double and then was stranded on second base to end the inning. It's Jacob Wyeth on deck. Sean Cooper is in the hole for Hayes. 1 away in the top of the 9th. Larks trailing the Saints 3-6. First delivery to Cameron. He sends hard to right field. Moving back is Luft. He looks at it and watches it hit the wall. Cameron rounds first base, heads to second. His 2nd straight double. He's aboard with 1 away. Go ahead run is in the hole. Tying run is on deck. Jacob Wyeth makes his way to the plate.
Now batting number 27.
That one was hit hard and hit off the wall. A poor read from Luft. He was right by it and just let it hit off the wall right next to him. Jacob on the day is 1 for 3 with a strikeout, a ground out, and he singled in inning number 2 of this one. Larks haven't scored since the first inning when they scored 3 when Corbin Truslow sent a ball deep to right field. This one right down the pipe. Wyeth takes it for a called strike. Jacob is 2nd on the team in RBIs, but he leads the team in slugging percentage. The guy 2nd on the team in slugging percentage is on second base, but in the meantime, Jacob Wyeth is down the count, no balls and 2 strikes, but so is Wyatt Divis, and he ended up getting a 7-pitch at-bat. We'll see if Wyeth can do something here protecting the plate. The 0-2 inside and high, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 away with a runner on second base in the top of the 9th. Larks down by 3. And Wyeth gets time. Wyeth committed to Baylor out of high school, then played 2 years at Cisco After transferring from Baylor, now he's taken his talents to Baton Rouge, where he'll play for the LSU Tigers. Pearson moves around at second base, and Wyeth fouls the 1-2 off back off the net. Will again stay 1-2 for pitch number 5. It's Sean Cooper on deck for Hayes, and the hole is Palmer Hutchison. Larks down to their final 2 outs, trailing 6-3. Umpire holds up the 1-2 strike count. Jacob will be forced to protect again. Watches this one move at his feet, 2-2. This is game 1 of a 2-game series versus the Saints. Game 1 of a 4-game road trip for Hayes. Unless the Larks can rally here, Landon Shire will pick up loss number 1 on the season. Wyeth grounds this one at the shortstop. Pearson lets it roll past him. And the throw from Pete is hard into the first baseman's glove. Schneider secures it. 2 away. Pearson moves 90 feet to third base. Jacob Wyeth now falls to 1 for 4 on the day. Now to Sean Cooper, who's 0 for 2 with a walk, a strikeout, and a double play. You never want to be the last guy to hit in the game unless it's in the bottom of the inning. You walk it off. So he'll look to keep the Larks' hopes alive here when they're down by 3. This is the first time the Larks have gotten a runner past second base since the first inning. This one at Cooper's elbow, he steps back and watches it hit the glove, 1-0. On deck is Palmer Hutchison. In the hole, Leo Jiminian for your Hayes Larks. Hammond goes from the stretch to Cooper. It's at his knees over the plate for a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 away. Pearson at third base. Cooper at the dish. They're teammates at Cochise College, and they both took their talents to North Central Kansas to play for the Larks this summer. Both Arizona natives. And the 1-1 to Cooper. He swings at and sends it on a line drive hard at the Saints dugout. They all duck out the way as it misses over the top. Cooper now down the count, 1-2 after a nice cut and a hard hit ball. Cooper gets some time and then gets back in the box. Hammond delivers the 1-2. He swings on it, grounds it to Pete, who fields it at his waist, throws sidearm, and it pulls the first baseman off the bag, who takes out Sean Cooper's legs. And he took a step right, getting out of the way of the injured player. Sean Cooper stepped out of the way because there was an injured guy at his feet, and they're calling him out because he rounded first. But there was a guy at his feet. If he would have stepped left, he would have stepped on the first baseman, injuring him. Frank Leo has some words for the umpire, and I would too. I mean, what a way to end it. Sean Cooper drove in an RBI and was at first as the tying run was coming to the plate, and he, like a good guy would do, steps out of the way of the first baseman on the ground, and they say he made a move to second base, which just doesn't make sense. But the Larks lose here 4-6 against the Gameday Saints. The Saints now move to 15-7 on the season, snapping their losing streak. Larks fall to 12-6. Now on a 2-game losing streak. They're now 1 game back in the Rocky Mountain Baseball League, and the Saints hold the lead now. Game 2 will be tomorrow night at the same time, hopefully with an ending not like that. Hopefully the Larks can start out hot from the gate like they did tonight and continue it. But that'll do it for here. That will do it for us on Larks Network from Colorado. Larks lose 6-4 against the Gameday Saints. We hope to see you tomorrow night. Thank you for tuning in, and good night.